Good morning. Are you Autumn Lane?
Yes, sir.
You got charged with domestic assault in file number 252513. There are two charges of that. It's alleged that you assaulted Charlotte Moreno and a minor, MM, in White Pigeon Township on December 5th. You posted a bond in that matter, and it's set for pretrial today. You also have another charge. No, that's the only one. This is a tough one because you guys, I think we're all living in the same house. You didn't show up for your attorney pretrial on January 2nd, so we reset it for today. I'm not sure what happened, but you're here now. Are you living at Lutz Road?
No, that's the address that Charlotte is living at.
All right. So same thing, Mr. Gibson, we've not reached a resolution. You're asking for a last pretrial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, where are you staying?
I'm staying at a motel in LaGrange.
Well, that's very expensive.
Yeah.
Are you working somewhere?
I was working at the dollar store, but I couldn't get back and forth to White Pigeon. So I'm trying to transfer over to LaGrange.
All right, one of these is your mother and one of these is your daughter?
No, mother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Mother-in-law, sister-in-law. All right, well, the bond conditions do not allow any contact. And apparently we've got your contact information. So we'll set this for a Thursday afternoon. Mr. Gibbs got a bunch of these on the same day, but you're free to go. Sean Zarnecki. We have a lot of domestic assault cases
She can
today.
actually go. Well, she's done it. All right.
Thank you.
Are you Sean Zarnecki?
Cheyenne Zanecki.
Cheyenne, I'm sorry, Shiann.
Yeah.
Mr. Gibson, I'm not sure. What are we doing with this one?
This one I believe is a plea.
All right, with a deferral.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about that. Domestic assault is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. They've recommended a deferral, meaning if I put you on a deferral probation and you successfully complete the probation, the charge would be taken off your record and there would be no public record of conviction. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is number 12. All right, anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this or threaten you?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
And what do you do?
I'm a security guard.
At where?
At the Morgan Olson Service.
Very good. Who is Jacob Farmer to you?
He's my son's dad.
All right, do you understand that by pleading to this, you'll be giving up all the rights that were on the advice of rights form that you had?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, let's take a look at this. They say that this happened in the city of Three Rivers. You live at what used to be known as Waterfront Apartments.
Yeah.
Did you and Mr. Farmer get in an argument that day?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
We were arguing about our son. It was going back and forth for a while. I put my hand over his mouth and shoved him.
All right, he had some red marks on his neck.
That escalated. I ended up going into the bathroom. He wasn't leaving me alone, so I put my arm up to kind of push him back, and he kept pushing against me.
But he was drunk?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this is appropriate for deferral, but the law says I have to adjourn this matter at least 10 days. Who's out of the house?
He is.
So you're there with your child?
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't have to worry about you being homeless for the time being. What kind of work does he do?
He was not working at the time. I think he might have gotten a job where he moved, but I'm not sure.
Paul, are you available Wednesday, February 25th?
It says that, it looks like it says I have a district court trial scheduled and then a sentencing at 11 o'clock. So I guess so, because I'm assuming the trial.
Yeah, your sentence is with me, Alexander Pappas. So I'll set this for sentence for 10:30. On February 25th. What shift do you work?
I work first shift, so I go in at 6 a.m. and get out at 2 p.m.
All right, that's a good deal. Need police report. Victim input. There were some Zaneckis that lived at Fisher Lake years ago. Is that your grandparents?
No.
Hi. Who? Yes, she is. I've got a whole pile of LPTs here I was going to give to Laura. And Autumn Lane is in that pile. All right, Ms. Zarnecki, I think you're going to be a very good candidate for the Women's Anger Management Program with a successful deferral, but I'll see you on February 25th.
Thank you.
All right, Paul, I think that finishes yours, which is quite a slog there. Let's keep going here.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt, I'm sorry, but I've got Miss Mao here, MOW, who's
Yes.
got about 12 or 13 files. She
Yes.
was a couple hours late. She borrowed a car just to get here, but she's got to have that car returned.
All
I
right.
just deferred and asked Luke and Jordan if they wouldn't mind if we take her case. I don't, we can, if
Yes,
we could.
all right, yeah, she's got 10, I don't know. Yes, where do you have, here they are.
Yeah, and there's city, everything is,
All right, well, let me first take care of Roger Shook. He's the last pretrial. We'll get him out of here.
Okay.
And then we can do Miss Mao. All right, Mr. Ringler, I don't see that you owe me any money, but don't make things worse by keep getting these tickets. So I don't know what the date for the last pretrial is. It'll be on a Thursday afternoon. And we'll keep you posted. Stay in contact with your lawyer.
Thank you.
Paul, I thought we were done with your cases. What do you have left?
There was a couple that
Oh, you got Carter, Jones, and Fox.
Right, two of those are not here, I don't think, but
Miss Carter is. We had trouble getting here. Let's talk to Danette Carter. Just come up to the podium. Rhonda, you got so much stuff. Just stay where you're at.
I was trying to get it first a little bit organized for my staff.
As I said, this is gonna be a no lunch Friday. There's just so many cases set, and there's only so many minutes in each hour. You're Danette Carter.
Yes,
This is file 252576. You're charged with no valid operator's license. And there's a civil infraction of some kind. Which is going to be dismissed. No valid operator's license is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. It carries 2 points on your driving record. Do you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
Find your file, Ms. Carter. All right. Were you driving a car in Three Rivers on in Sturgis on December 14th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you not have a valid license at that time?
No, Your Honor. I was taking someone to the emergency room.
I think you told me that. Tell me about it.
My friend was at my house. Her son called me and texted me and told me that her eldest daughter had had a seizure and that the paramedics were there. And so I took her over to the house to where she was staying, and she when we got there, her daughter was being brought out by the paramedics and being put into the ambulance. And so we got in the car and we were following the ambulance. And as we were going down Lakeview, we were at Lakeview and Lafayette, and a truck was turning left, and he hit the car that I was driving with my friend in it. And I left the scene of the accident to take her to the emergency room. And then I went home, and then when I got home, I called the police and told them that I had been in a car accident and that I left the scene of the accident. And then the police came to my house. Officer Knapp wrote me a ticket and told me to come to court.
And you're on probation to the circuit court probation officer. Did you share this information with your PO?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this
No, Your Honor.
or promise you anything?
No, Your Honor.
From your PO, Tracy, I've heard that you're actually doing pretty good. This was not good. It happened in December. Do you understand you're giving up all the rights on that advice of right sheet? There won't be a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you also owe a bunch of money to me and the circuit court. You've got $1,080 worth of unpaid fines and costs, most of which are retail frauds. Are you making any payments?
Right now, my credit card that I have on my disability and my Direct Express card is being temporary hold because they said there was unusual activity on there. And right now, I'm trying to get my an ID, and so I can send a picture of that ID to Direct Express so I can get that hold taken off of my card. Right now, there's $3,000 sitting on my card right now that I can't get to.
All right, well, I'm not gonna take all of it, but I want you to start to make some payments.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna waive the attorney fee in this case. You got enough problems. $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee, and $75 attorney fee, part of payment plan. Eventually, if you don't make any payments, I'm just gonna pull the pin on these. But I've been in contact with your PO. She says essentially you're doing what she asked. This doesn't help. It says dismiss civil infraction, but I wasn't clear which one it was. Maybe we'll figure that out. All right. Go out to the counter and they will try to set up a payment plan on all these unpaid fines and costs. Good to go.
Yeah, I think the only other one I had that you didn't call was Patrick Jones, and my understanding is he's a failure to appear. Patrick Jones?
He didn't appear. Mr. Fox called. There was a joint plea offer in Mr. Jones. He's failed to appear. $250 cash or surety bond in each file.
Does he have a 48-hour hold?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
That's 251956. $252307. Mr. Fox, I think, called several times.
Yes, I had met with him at the jail earlier in the week, and then he apparently bonded out of jail like last night, and I guess he didn't realize he needed to be back this morning, but I would ask that one be either set for last.
This is a pivotal moment. The preliminary breath test shows a .10, which is above the legal limit for operating a vehicle. Legally, that supports the impaired driving charge, even though it's already a reduction from operating while intoxicated. Notice how the court carefully walks through what was consumed. 1 twisted tea and 2 shots of tequila. Because impairment isn't just about numbers. It's about decision-making before getting behind the wheel. Emotionally, there's a tone of disappointment rather than anger. The judge has clearly seen this pattern before. Impaired driving is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, fines, and points on a driving record. But the bigger issue is risk to public safety. Here's the question. When someone admits exactly what they drank, does honesty mitigate the mistake, or does the act itself outweigh the admission? With sentencing next, the court's balance between consequence and opportunity becomes critical.
For last pretrial or reset. But I think Autumn may have put down set for last pretrial because that's what he was asking for when we spoke at the jail.
Set last pretrial. All right, we're good to go with those. Rhonda and Jordan, I do apologize. Destiny and Marciniak.
Can I have one case that's set for last as I called it, Jonathan Love, so he could be out of here.
Mr. Love left.
Yeah, in the hallway.
Why don't you bring him in? This is file number 2668SM. You're Jonathan Love? Yes, sir. Mr. Love, I had my eyes on you for sobriety court in your DV OUIL third case, which is bound over to circuit court. This may have undone all that. You got charged with domestic assault. You were drunk in violation of your bond conditions at the time you got arrested.
That's not true.
All right, well, that was the allegation. The prosecutor was going to file a bond issue.
I was here yesterday.
All right, so you took care of that?
It sounds like it's being set for evidentiary hearing. He does have retained counsel in that file.
All right. Anyway, I was very sorry to see this. I was lobbying to get you into the program, and I think you could use it. At any rate, you're going to continue your plea of not guilty. Now, the complainant in this case was your daughter.
Yeah.
Is she out of the house or you are?
She's been out of the house for 5 years.
All right, so she no longer lives there.
No, sir.
All right, well, I'll set this for last pretrial. There will be an issue regarding the alcohol use. I don't have jurisdiction over the third offense DUI. Although I would be if it got sent to sobriety court.
I'm on sober link, Your Honor. I take 6 tests a day. I wasn't drinking that day.
All
Passed
right.
all of them.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the situation, that's great.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Anyway, we'll set this for a final pretrial. You're good to go.
Thank you.
That's very interesting because I looked at that and, yeah, and the affidavit in this case, they claim that he was drinking and things. Well, if he can prove he wasn't with sober link, that would certainly help his circumstance. Ms. Marciniak, would you come up and have a seat?
Okay.
Yeah, she alleges that she was drinking beer. Well, good. He wasn't. Ms. Marciniak, welcome back. You got charged with operating while intoxicated on December 11th. And you're gonna plead to the lesser charge of impaired driving, is that correct?
Yes.
Very good. I'm sorry this has taken so long, but I'm elderly. I can only move so fast. I don't think a young judge could do this any faster. I was disappointed, as I told you, to see this, but you got a ticket in Three Rivers on December 13th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right at 131 in Michigan Avenue. Let's talk a little bit about it. Impaired driving, as you heard me say earlier, is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $300. Carries 4 points, but it allows you to keep a restricted driver's license. Understand?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No.
All right, let's talk about this. Where were you going?
I had just left McDonald's, was going to Shell to get a fountain pop and then going home.
And you were living at Riverside?
I still
And where were you going?
out to McDonald's.
Oh, to
Yeah,
McDonald's.
I got stopped at Shell. I was leaving McDonald's and then was stopping at Shell to get a fountain pop and then going home.
All right. So this was 9 o'clock at night. What had you been drinking?
I drank a twisted tea
How
and
much?
then a whole can of that. And then I had 2 shots before I left the house.
Ms. Harden, what was the blood alcohol?
The PBT registered at a 0.10.
All right, well, that's enough to do that. Two shots of what?
Tequila. Well, it was one, but it was a double shot, so.
All right. All right, Jordan, you've got a busy schedule coming up. Seems like I've got you set for some stuff. Do I have a sentencing date for you?
I'm set for March 9th. I've got one case set that day, but I don't know what your docket looks like.
March 9. Who do you have? Tammy Shepherd?
Randy Berkshire.
That isn't even on the docket. Oh, there it is. Randy Berkshire.
Yeah, we just had the pre-exam this week.
All right, well, we'll cram it in there, Jordan. We'll set it for 3/9. 26 at 11. Another no lunch Monday, but all right, Ms. Marciniak, you take this out to the counter. And
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
This courtroom session highlights how misdemeanor cases still carry serious weight. Domestic assault charges, impaired driving license violations, and bond compliance issues may not sound as severe as felony trials, but each one affect employment, family stability, financial obligations, and future opportunities. In several cases, the court considered deferrals, meaning successful completion probation could keep convictions off public records. But that second chance comes with strict expectations. No new violations, payment of fines, compliance with probation terms, and responsible conduct moving forward. The judge repeatedly emphasized structure, accountability, and follow-through. Whether it was alcohol monitoring, anger management, or payment plans, the message remained consistent. Opportunity exists, but it must be earned. In a busy docket like this, justice moves quickly, but consequences last.